7 days, 13 cities across 6 days, our FedEx Death Stranding player finally finished his mission, dropping the Steam Deck to my front door. So yeah, I pre-ordered Steam Deck the first day possible, which is July 16th last year, and finally it is here. And this is just going to be an unboxing video. I'll probably make more videos once I spend more time on the device. First, we have a piece of cardboard mentioning we need to charge this thing first. And then we have, of course, the console itself in the case actually. We're going to open up this thing in a minute. Then we have, I assume, is the charger. Yep. The charger. Okay, I need to unseal this thing as well. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So the max power is 20 volt, 2.25 amp. So that comes to 4.45 watts. So it's a 45 watts break. Unfortunately, I don't think this is, okay, you cannot fold this. Okay, let's move on to the table. We're going to open this bag. Oh, you don't need the scissors. Okay. I don't think it says the configuration anywhere on this. No. Okay. Anyways, what is this? It's a seal. Interesting. Look at this. Are we supposed to cut this thing like this? Just, I guess so. Alright, no choice. Here we go. Oh, look, there's a, what is this for? For the power brake maybe? This probably goes onto the handle of your luggage, I guess. Okay, let's open up this thing. Oh, wrong direction. Alrighty. I mean, it is big, but it's not that big. I think it's fine. So this is a 512 gig version, which is the highest end one. It has the nano texture glass. It's probably called that, I forgot. Looks nice here, but I don't know if I turn this thing on, then it's going to, you know, the nano texture screen, sometimes the clarity can be affected. That's how, oh, there's also a microfiber cloud. We don't care about that for now. Plug in the power and turn this thing on. Does it turn on itself or? Oh, I have to power on? Okay. No big deal.
Five minutes later.
So for whatever reason, the fan was spinning, but the screen was not on. Now I just force turn off this thing and turn it on again. Now we have a logo.
5 minutes later.
Oh wow, finally. Alright, let's do English for now. So if we look at the battery, we do have a, I don't know, like 60% of battery. So I don't know why it took so much time to turn it on. And this is also, okay, so, oh wow. Now I have to wait for like 4 more minutes.
$10 minutes later.
Oh wow, finally. Okay, what is really funny is like it is still showing, hey, you can buy this thing, but it's kind of weird because I'm holding this thing in my hands. Yep, I have read this message. Close window. Thank you. So there is a micro SD card stock. Currently, there is no card. But what is really weird is that they don't even have a cover for that. So unless you have a card there, this is like a hole on your device. All right, finally. So what can we do here? I have no idea how to use this. I guess if we like, is this the menu button? Oh, it's not working. The Steam button. Here we go. Oops. Okay, so I have 428 games on Steam, and Great on Deck, there are only like 101 of those. And what is really funny is like Half-Life 2 Episode 1 is somehow not Great on Deck, because I was like trying to look for what are Great on Deck on in my library, and Episode 2 was there but not 1. So the original Half-Life 2 was there, and Episode 2 is there, but not 1. I don't know why. Do we know why? Game info. Okay, playable. Details. Has minor audio issues on Steam Deck. Great. Whatever. Okay. So I guess we'll have to I'm pretty sure some of those games are not tested on the deck. But for now, let's go with something, you know, that we know that is going to work. Oh. How do you even scroll? You cannot. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is... Oh, here we go. So the left stick is for scrolling. It is installing? It is. Okay, let's wait for that to finish. Meanwhile, yeah, there are a whole bunch of sounds, you know, I just don't know what it's trying to say. Software update, oh gosh. We might need that. Anyways, meanwhile, we can take a look at the back of the device. Valve. Four buttons there. I do accidentally press them a lot when I was, you know, just doing all kinds of things on the device. See, like I was trying to rotate the device and I pressed the button. But I guess like when you're playing game, you're not going to like move this thing a lot, so I think that should be fine. button layout, I think it's fine if you're just going to use the thumbstick and the buttons. But if you're going to use the trackpad, it's kind of, if you look at my thumbs, I have to bend my thumbs a lot. It's not really comfortable in that sense. And the steam button and the menu button, you have to actually lift, like move this device up a bit to reach those. But I think in the game, you should just, I think that is for the menu. And that should be the other one, like, I don't know. Like in the game, you should just be using those two. So I think that should be fine, I guess. And on the top, we have vent, of course, in the middle. One USB 3.2 Gen 2, I believe, port. So it's not a Thunderbolt port. Power button, power indicator. I don't know whether this only says, you know, you plug in the power, or it also means you already turn the device on. Audio jack and the volume buttons. Nothing really stands out from the top, and on the bottom there is just the micro SD card slot, which I already mentioned before. And vent, like quite a small vent here. So before comparing the device, I want to compare the case first, because if you travel, the case is actually the whole thing you have to put into your bag. So the size of the case matters more than the device. So this is the deck, and this is GPD Win 3. If you look at the size, like the case for the deck is so much larger than the GPD Win 3, and the thickness so much thicker than GPD Win 3. So portability, I would say it's not that good. We look at the actual device. It's the device here, GPD Win 3. The device is also much bigger. So if you look at they're pretty much, I would say that the deck is even higher than GPD Win 3 if you put both on the desk. However, like I mentioned before, if you put the deck on the desk, there's actually like an arch here. But GPD Win 3 is like all flat, pretty much, at the back. So it also has a vent at the back. So if you put this device on the desk, unfortunately, it's going to block this whole thing, almost block. Like there's a small curve, but it's not enough to not block the vent. So both devices has only just one USB-C port. However, the one for GPD Win 3 is the Thunderbolt port. So it's more useful in some scenarios. And GPD Win 3 also has a keyboard. I mean, it doesn't feel that good, but I mean, it is there. When you need a keyboard, unfortunately, you only have a virtual keyboard on the deck. And in terms of how comfortable the devices are, I would say the deck is definitely more comfortable to hold. I mean, the Win 3, the problem, like I mentioned, it doesn't have a curve here. I mean, it has two grips, but you feel like the fingers don't feel good on the back of the device. I don't know what I touched. Okay, so button layout, I think GPD Win 3 is good, but in the sense that it is kind of weird compared to other controllers, because for other controllers, the thumbstick is supposed to, lower than the buttons, but for the Win 3 is the other way around. For the deck, I think it works pretty well if you only use the thumbstick and the buttons. I think it actually works even better than the controllers where you have the button higher than the sticks. Otherwise, in terms of weight, yeah, that is really important. So the deck is much bigger than the Win 3. But I think they're either the same weight or like a GPD Win 3 is even heavier than the deck. Because the GPD is not, GPD Win 3 is not all metal, it is actually plastic. But somehow it is much heavier than the deck. I would say if I travel, I would definitely use GPD Win 3. But I think that the deck is definitely more comfortable to hold to play because, you know, the screen is bigger. The whole device, because of the curve here, is really comfortable to hold, and the layout, the controller layout is more comfortable to use than the Win 3. So one thing really annoying about the deck is the fan is always on. I'm not even doing anything. I mean, the only thing I'm doing right now is trying to download the game, and it's almost done there. It is not loud because I'm not playing a game right now, but it's definitely noticeable. You know, there's a fan that is spinning there. I'm not a big fan of that, especially after I switched to the M1 MacBook Pro. I'm used to not hearing fan noise anymore. So for the nano texture screen, again, I forgot whether that is the name for that. But it's the 512 gig version. It has the, you know, the matte finish of the glass. In terms of screen clarity, I would say it's pretty good because the resolution of the deck is pretty low. It's 1280 by 800 for the size of the screen. It is pretty low. So screen clarity is fine, but reflection, you would think that, you know, this nano texture thing, the reflection should be minimized, but no, it's not. Like, you can totally see what is happening on my window. You know, it's not really good. And I don't know, you know, with the nano textures screen glass, if you put on a screen protector, I don't know how that will look like. I guess you're just not supposed to do that after that. I don't know. I just feel like a screen protector would not work on this device, unfortunately. I do want to make more contents about Steam Deck, covering topics like the Linux desktop mode, other storefronts running on the SteamOS, Windows 11, and so on. But I will need to spend more time on the device first. And unfortunately, I have a trip to Canada coming up, and I don't think I will take the deck with me, because I mentioned it's too big. And the trip will involve a lot of walking and even hiking. The case of the deck is so big, it might not even fit into some of the hotel safes. But meanwhile, do let me know what topics you want me to cover. I will see you in the next video.